You've probably seen the headlines, rates are dropping again. But before you call your lender, there's one simple test that tells you if refinancing makes sense for you. Not your neighbor, not the internet, you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where that line is. Hi, I'm Jonathan Wells, and I help homeowners make smarter financial moves without guessing. And in this video, I'm breaking down how to figure out if now is really the right time to refinance, or if you're better off waiting. And if you want to see how refi ready you are, you can fill out my free questionnaire below. It takes less than a minute and it gives you a simple readiness score. So let's start with the truth about falling interest rates. Most people think that lower rates automatically equal instant savings, but refinancing isn't free. There are closing costs, things like taxes, insurance, and interest. And all that affects how long it takes before you really start saving. So imagine you drop your payment by $200 a month, but you pay $4,000 to do that. That's a 20-month break even. So if you move in a year, you'll end up losing money. But if you stay for 5 years, then you come out ahead. And that's why your break even point matters more than the rate itself. And here's a quick tip. If you want to find yours, I built a free home savings calculator that tells you exactly how many months it takes to break even. The link's below. It's totally free, no login needed. Now, before we move on, I do have to warn you about something happening behind the scenes. Loan servicers, yes, the companies you send your monthly mortgage payments to, are calling their databases like crazy right now. They've hired tons of new people, some just weeks into the business, and their job is to convince you to refinance with them. Now, I see their loan estimates all the time. And yes, the rate looks amazing and super low. But here's the part that we don't highlight. It comes with 3 to 5% in discount points. So while you're staring at that shiny 5% rate, you could actually be paying $9,000 or more upfront for it. And that completely destroys your break even. You could have possibly waited another 60 days and gotten a similar rate without those points, which would have kept cash in your pocket. Now, here's what they're doing wrong. They're trained to sell rates, not savings. They focus on the headlines, not the math. And I've seen many people lose thousands of dollars this way. So when you get that "we can drop your rate today" call from your servicer, stop and do this first. Ask, how many points am I paying for that rate? And if it's more than one, pump the brakes. Because here's what's coming. As rates continue to ease, pricing naturally improves. And the same rate that cost you $9,000 today might cost you next to nothing next quarter. Exercising a little patience could save you a lot of money. So let's bring this to life. One of my clients, Maria, bought her home in 2022 at 7.25%. When rates hit 6 3/4, her servicer called offering a 6.25 no-cost refi. We looked closer, and that no-cost deal had $8,200 in points baked into the fees. So we waited, and when rates hit 6.125%, we locked in with almost no fees. She saved $320 a month and kept her cash intact. And that's how you win the long game. Now let's get personal for a second. You've probably experienced this, scrolling social media, seeing post after post saying, rates are dropping, refi now. You feel hopeful, then anxious, and then stuck. Because you don't want to miss the bottom, but you also don't want to move too quickly. Here's why that mindset actually hurts people. Because the reality is you can't time the market perfectly, but you can prepare perfectly. And the key is all in knowing your strike rate, point where refinancing makes sense for you. Your strike rate is where your payment and your total savings make sense after the fees. Once you hit that number, pull the trigger. I can even help calculate it for you if you want to use my strike rate check. It's free, no credit pull, and it shows you your personal refinance target. So you'll see exactly when you need to act. Okay, let's talk about something that almost nobody brings up: the loan term reduction. Most people focus only on the monthly payment. How much can I save? But there's a bigger play. How much faster can I pay off my home? Refinancing isn't about just saving $200 a month. It can also be about cutting 7 to 10 years off your mortgage and saving hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. For example, if you've been paying rent on a 30-year loan for a couple of years, refinancing to a 20-year loan at a slightly lower rate might keep your payment about the same, but you'd be debt-free nearly a decade sooner. And that's not small money, that's generational money. The problem is that most desk jockey loan officers never show that option to their clients. They're taught to focus on monthly savings because it's easier to sell. But when my clients see that they can save $200,000 plus over the life of their loan, and keep their payments steady, they realize that refinancing is about building wealth, not just chasing a rate. So when you look at your own numbers, run this test. If I keep my payments the same but shorten my term, how much interest would I save? And if that number blows your mind, well, that's your sign. Now, let's pause for a quick breather. If this has been helpful, please hit the subscribe button below. I drop new videos weekly to help you master your mortgage like a professional. And now back to the strategy. When you start comparing offers, I want you to look at 3 things side by side. Number 1 is your interest rate. Number 2 is the total closing costs. And number 3 is going to be your loan term. The combination of all 3 tells you your real savings. Don't fall for teaser rates, don't ignore the term, and don't refi just because everybody else is. So let's recap everything before we wrap up. I want you to know your break-even point. I want you to watch out for discount points from the servicers that are going to be pitching you on your refi. I want you to find your strike rate so you can act with confidence. Look at your term because shorter loans build wealth faster. And focus on the math, not the media. And remember, you don't need perfect timing. You just need your timing. So I'd love to hear from you. Please comment below with your current rate and whether you'd refinance to drop your payment or to shorten your loan term. I'll reply to as many as I can and also maybe feature your story next week. And if you want to calculate your strike rate with a professional, I'll also put a link to a free 15-minute consultation where you can have a conversation with myself or someone from my team to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. Thank you again so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.